Good morning, Hassan Huskies. This is your principal, Dr. Miller. Today is Monday, January 29th, 2024. Please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Hassan Huskies, we have birthdays. Excuse me. All right, we have January birthdays. So we have Leo and Miss Peterson, Penelope and Miss Doro, Jack and Mrs. Sylvester, June and Mrs. Holloway, and Grace and Mrs. Dockendorf. And then we're moving on to the first couple birthdays in February. We have Talia and Miss Peterson, Eli and Mrs. Cedergren, Jacob and Mrs. Sylvester, Zemming and Miss Dockendorf, and Elsie and Miss Cedergren. Happy birthday. And we have July half birthdays. We have Maverick and Mrs. Sylvester, Jonathan and Mrs. Sylvester, Chase and Miss Gumphrey, Minna and Mrs. Oakland. If I pronounced that wrong, I'm so sorry, Sweet Pea. David and Mrs. Greenwald, Nevaeh and Mrs. Grant, Ethan and Mrs. Craig, and then moving into February, we have Leonardo and Mrs. Back, Gabriel and Miss Peterson, Catalina and Mr. Spitzak, and Nolan and Miss Harn's class. Happy birthday! I am so excited. When your teacher tells you it's a good time, come on down and you'll be able to get a pencil and a birthday book. All right, Hassan Huskies, February is one of my favorite months because it's I Love to Read month. And one of my favorite things to do in the whole world is to read. So I am super excited for I Love to Read month. When you are in media, please say an extra thank you to Mrs. Greenwald because she's worked so hard to make it such a special day. It's going to be fantastic. Make great choices, or a great month, I'm sorry. Make great choices, listen to your teachers, and remember, it's a great day to be a Husky.